A nail-biting vitality blast game in Hove saw Middlesex lose their 100% winning record this season as they went down at the death, losing by 5 wickets to Sussex. Put into bat, Max Holden reverse swept the first ball of the match for 4, but was out to the 7th. Stephen Finn, would you believe, striking with his very first delivery against the county he performed so well for so many years, Holden driving to alley Orr. Finn wasn't celebrating for too long, however, Stevie Eskenazi driving on the up and over the rope for 6. Joe Cracknell matched that as he hit the third ball of his innings down the ground, Middlesex taking 24 runs from the first 3 overs. And 19 more were added in the fourth, Cracknell quickly onto anything short from T-Mal Mills. Cracknell looked in tremendous touch, although he needed a bit of fortune to bring up the visitors' 50 in only the 5th over. The 50-run partnership soon followed, Cracknell with 27 of the runs, which had taken only 4 overs to accrue. With 3 wins from 3 games thus far in the Blast, Middlesex were rightly oozing with confidence, the ooze becoming more of an explosion as Eskenazi went after Finn, the skipper striking the ball to all parts of the ground as he raced to 31 to take the total up to 71 with 1 ball remaining in the power play. And to that, Eskenazi got the faintest of tickles behind, Finn striking again, but in spite of that loss, the first 6 overs had belonged to Middlesex. Things began to slow down a bit once the fielding restrictions had been lifted, but Cracknell continued to find the boundary in each over as he took over the scoring, allowing Jack Davies to bed in at the other end. Halfway through the innings, and the score read 101 for 2, and now Davies moved up a gear, this 4 coming via a beautifully timed shot behind square. But when he tried to force the issue against the pace of Obed McCoy, he sliced his shot out to Delray Rawlins. Davies gone for 14. Martin Anderson came and went in the same over, nicking off on a single with a total of 109 for 4 after 11. In his 22nd match in this format, Cracknell moved to his 4th half-century, this one coming off 33 balls, and he would have been hoping to still be there for a big finish. In the meantime, another wicket fell at the other end, Finn with his 3rd, as John Simpson offered Luke Wright some catching practice. So Cracknell's innings now took on extra importance. With 5 overs remaining, he'd taken his tally to 62, his team on 128 for 5. The innings overall had stuttered somewhat, but Cracknell increased the chances of Middlesex posting a really challenging total with a wonderfully timed flick off Mills for 6. But 2 balls later, he was on his way, skying a return catch to Mills. Cracknell gone for 68, made from 49 deliveries, and including 8 4s and 2 6s. Luke Holman soon followed for 5, a thick outside edge sending the ball to Rawlins. And when Toby Rowland-Jones fell to the same Rawlins-McCoy combination, Middlesex had suddenly slipped from 107 for 2 to 141 for 8 in 38 balls, and now needed to see out the last 3 overs. That was unlikely when Tilan Walalawita drove Mills to Ravi Bapara before he'd trouble the scorers. Debutant Jason Berendorf and Chris Green were able to take the innings into the 20th over, one which began with the latter scooping Mills for a maximum. A slog for 4 followed to take the total to 163. And that's where it ended. Mills with some quick reflexes and thinking, leading to the run out of Berendorf. Green left unbeaten on 22. It could have been better than 163, but it could have been worse too, had the last pair not added 21. Rain during the break left Sussex a target of 146 from 17 overs, and Roland Jones removed Wright with his first delivery, the 7th of the reply, Green with a simple catch. In at 3 was T20 debutant Orr, and he swiftly departed for 10, Behrendorff with his maiden wicket in Middlesex colours, the Sharks on 20 for 2. That became 37 for 3 at the top of over 5, Tom Alsop holding out to Green off Roland Jones to have the visitors in the box seat once again. There were 5 overs and 1 ball for the power play, from which Sussex made 55 for 3. Tim Seifert going along strongly for the home side with 26 from 15. He was the man Middlesex needed, the Kiwi adding a maximum to his 6 fours, Holman's first delivery of the night carrying the distance. "16 runs came for the leggies over, and now the Sharks were on top, only for Anderson to trap Seifert in front with a Yorker, the batsman gone for 35. 9 overs completed now, and the total read 81 for 4, 65 more needed from 8, a maximum for Rawlins, having the game right in the balance. Green exacted his revenge 3 balls later, pushing one through to have Rawlins plumb in front, 56 to defend now from 7 overs. That became 46 from 5, and Papara is now the key man, with all of his experience over the years in getting his side over the winning line. He was aided by Harrison Ward. The 14th over, including this big 6, cost 16 runs, the Sharks now in the driving seat. But back came the visitors, with Behrendorff and Green delivering tight overs, which left the hosts 10 to get from the last over. Eskenazi turned to Anderson, whose second ball disappeared into the distance, Papara completing a 50 of 35 balls. And the former Essex man clipped the next one to fine leg to win the match for his side, with 3 deliveries to spare. It was a thrilling contest which ebbed and flowed throughout, but ultimately ended in disappointment. Sussex took the game by 5 wickets, a first defeat for Middlesex, who have a chance to put it behind them quickly when they head to Canterbury on Sunday.